the love that finds you first. What Romans 5:8 teaches about leadership, life, and legacy. There's a moment in every leader's journey, whether in life or business, when the mask starts to slip. The drive that once fueled achievement becomes a cover for insecurity. The wins start feeling hollow, and behind all the carefully curated metrics and milestones, one question quietly surfaces: am I enough? Let's talk about that moment. And let's anchor it in a scripture that refuses to play nice with our performative tendencies. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. This is not just a verse for your morning coffee. It's a gut-level reset for the way we lead, live, and show up in the world. You're not as clean as you look, and that's the point. We live in a culture obsessed with highlight reels. Scroll any social feed, walk into any leadership summit, and you'll find pressure to be polished, poised, and perfect. In business, we build brands. In life, we curate identities. And in both, we're told, either subtly or explicitly, that love, success, or belonging is something we earn. But Romans 5:8 rips that script apart. God didn't wait for you to be ready. He loved you in the wreckage. While we were still sinners means love showed up before the apology, before the change, before the turnaround story. That's disruptive. That's uncomfortable. And that's exactly the kind of love that changes people. In leadership terms, this is the difference between a boss who only applauds performance and a leader who sees potential. It's the difference between transactional relationships and transformational influence. The cross is a leadership framework. If you're leading a team, building a brand, or mentoring others, here's the uncomfortable truth. You're going to deal with messiness. People will disappoint you. They'll get it wrong. They'll bring wounds, not just resumes. Romans 5:8 shows us what it means to lead with sacrificial love. The kind that gives before it gets, believes before it sees, and stays when it would be easier to walk away. Leadership isn't about power. It's about posture. Jesus didn't just give instructions, He gave Himself. And in doing so, He didn't just make a point, He made a way. You want to lead like Him? Start by letting go of your right to wait for perfection. Meet people in the middle of their process. Speak vision into places others only see failure. Extend grace where others would draw lines. Because that's what Jesus did for you. Stop performing. Start rooting. Let's zoom in on one word. Demonstrates. Not demonstrated. Past tense, done and over. Not will demonstrate. Conditional. Dependent on your next move. But it demonstrates that it is ongoing, present, and constant. God's love isn't a one-time event. It's a perpetual showing. And it doesn't waver based on your quarterly results or spiritual checklists. What does this mean for you? It means your identity is rooted, not rented. Your value is assigned, not achieved. Your belonging is secure, not conditional. This kind of truth changes the way you enter the boardroom. It shifts how you respond to failure. It reframes how you build your schedule. Because when you stop performing for love and start living from it, you unlock energy that hustle culture can never manufacture. The Paul Principle. Even enemies have a place. Paul, the man who penned Romans, wasn't a spiritual golden boy. He was an enemy of God, literally persecuting the church. He was violent, arrogant, and completely misaligned with God's purposes. And that's when Jesus showed up. If God could reach Paul in the middle of his rage, what makes you think He's holding back on you now? Let's apply this to business. Have you written someone off on your team because of past mistakes? Have you disqualified yourself from an opportunity because of your own past? Romans 5:8 says, "Nobody is too far. Nothing is too broken." The path back to the heart of God is never blocked by your history. It's paved by His mercy. Professionally, that frees you to stop seeing setbacks as stop signs. They're invitations. Growth comes when you allow the grace you've received to shape the grace you extend. From shame to strategy. Romans 5:8 reframes shame as a strategy. Think about it. God knew your darkest moment and still chose the cross. That means your story isn't disqualified. It's designed for redemption. Your past doesn't erase your purpose. It sharpens it. Shame says, "You should have known better." Grace says, "You're being made new." In business, we often run from our failures, trying to spin, hide, or minimize them. But real credibility doesn't come from perfection. It comes from authenticity. Let your scars speak. Let your journey lead. Let your redemption become part of your relational and leadership capital. People don't follow leaders who pretend to be flawless. They follow leaders who've been forgiven and know how to love from that place. Love is culture, not campaign. If you're building a brand, managing a team, or launching a product, here's your leadership litmus test. Is love embedded in your culture, or is it just part of your messaging? Romans 5:8 challenges us to make love foundational, not just promotional. That means building processes, systems, and environments where grace leads, where people are seen beyond their productivity and valued even in their valleys. That's not just good theology, it's good business. People thrive in environments where failure isn't fatal, where growth is expected and grace is available, where leadership reflects the heart of God, not just the metrics of man. Final question. Are you leading from love or for it? Romans 5:8 isn't a quiet verse. It's a declaration that you are already loved, already chosen, already worth dying for. So here's the question that brings all of this together. Are you leading from that truth, or still striving to earn what's already been given? Spiritually, you have nothing to prove. Relationally, you are never too far. Professionally, you lead best when you lead from wholeness, not hunger. God's love found you first. Let that be the fuel that powers your faith, your leadership, and your legacy. Because the most transformative leaders aren't the ones who have it all together. They're the ones who know they were loved in pieces and now lead from peace.